I think something else that is important to do is to take breaks. Does your teams encourage breaks or like pausing or like not working? Like, what does that look like for you both?
My team actually does encourage breaks, but it's like they say take breaks, they say, don't work on the weekends, but you see certain people still working on the weekends and like not taking breaks. So it's like do as I say, but not as I do sometimes. So it's like, which narrative do you follow? You know? Because sometimes when you do work on the weekend, it is celebrated later on because we did meet the feature, we did meet the deadline, or right. So it's kind of hard to figure out which narrative to follow.
Yeah, that can be tough. But I have a personal policy. I do not work on the weekends. That's my personal policy. Because like in my head, like in my head, I am not a tech lead. I'm not a manager. I am not like in the senior leadership. So there's nothing that I can do that's going to solve the problem and make it move faster. I have my personal policy is no work on the weekends. That's a boundary I set really hard. How about you, Samantha?
Another thing that we do is no meeting Fridays. It doesn't help with the loneliness, but at least it'll give you the time, the space to like catch up on your work. Is not having meetings on Friday. Sometimes my team, we will do like, hey, don't work for like 3 days. Like you'll still be online. Like if you have like outside team meetings, still do those. But if you have actually teamwork, we're just going to pause this for a little bit. I really enjoy those types. That's usually after like a really large project and we're like trying to hit a deadline and we're like pushing really hard. It doesn't happen very often. But another thing that I like that we do is just like, we do have like team outings. Like we do like a wine tasting day. Those are always fun. So there's things that the company does that's helpful to like keep your mental health all right.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love that. And of course, it's good to code in your spare time because it keeps your skills sharp, but it's also good to have like a hobby outside of coding because that like, makes you a well-rounded person. And
Ooh, I like the way you said that.
it can make you a well-rounded person, and it can also like if you have different interests, you can meet different people and you can join different online groups or like even offline groups now that everything is starting to open up again. And that can help to alleviate loneliness and, like build those connections with other people. So get a hobby, drink water, eat fries. If you need to cry, cry, and just, get back to when you need to.